Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your monthly in-depth tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the month of August, and I am going to be breaking this month down into two different segments. The first one is going to be August the 1st through the 15th, and then after that we're going to look at the 16th through the 31st. Before I jump into this first segment, let me just remind everybody that we do still have the contest going, where every time that you comment on one of my videos, if you for then that comment gets into a drawing at the end of the month. I do ask that you comment only once per video. If you want to enter more than one time, well then, I've got videos that come out every day plus the monthlies, and I've got over 3,000 videos on this channel. I bet you can find something else to comment on if you want to do more entries than that. But don't try to just spam and put like 15 comments on one video, because only one of those comments is going to count, okay? So, what do you win for that contest? That might be a good thing to know, right? So you have your choice of prize if you win. There's going to be a goodie bag, or there will be a 30-minute reading with me, either by phone, Skype, or Zoom. 28 Reiki candles that I light for you, or a long-distance Reiki session. So those are the choices of prize for whoever wins at the end of the month. And so having said all of that, let's just jump right in now to your reading, Capricorn. First thing I'm looking at does tell me about your environment, and your environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. And what I'm seeing is that you are making some plans around your environment. You're putting together a strategy to accomplish something that you want to there. The next thing that I have coming up talks to me about your subconscious leanings, and it looks to me like there's been a choice that you had, Capricorn, where you did have a choice technically, but you didn't really feel like all the options that were on the table were really available to you. You felt like if you took maybe some of the options or one of the options, that somebody would be disappointed or not very happy, and so you felt kind of backed into a corner about which option to choose here. I think your subconscious mind is working around that and trying to figure out how to get into a situation so that the next time you have choices to choose from, you get to choose for yourself instead of based on what other people might think. All right, Capricorns. Next thing that we're looking at talks to me about learning style and also communication style. So I do think that one of the things that you're focused on learning about is money and how to increase your money, how to make your financial situation better, especially for long term, like retirement, or like making it so that, you don't have to work, or if something comes up where you can't work, that you're still okay. I really feel like that is something that you're focusing on, making yourself secure for that time of your life right now. For communication style, okay. For communication style, I really think that you are trying to cut back on how much you're communicating with a particular person in your life right now. And I think this is somebody that you communicate with a lot. I think you're still going to be communicating with them a lot, but I do feel like you are going to be cutting back. You may be deciding, I don't want to talk to them about this particular topic or these particular topics, but I do feel like I said, you're still talking to this person a lot either way. Now, next thing I'm looking at for you, Capricorns, is work. And what we have here is telling me that there's somebody at work who is sort of jumping up and down on your last nerve. They may be aggravating you, or just generally doing things that make you feel negative emotions towards them. Let's put it that way. Okay. The next thing that I have coming up does talk to me about that part of your personality, which is being grown or expanded right now. And I feel like you've got a couple of things going on. First of all, I feel like your finances are starting to loosen up for you here. Your budget is starting to loosen up for you during this time frame. And I also feel like you're starting to feel like you're more in the mix of things when it comes to other people. You're starting to feel less like you're out on the fringes when it comes to interacting with other people during this time frame. Now, something that you stand for. There's been something going on where you have been trying to heal, whether it's emotionally or physically, could be coming in either way. And it looks like that healing is taking some time. It's not something that, is just the instant wave of the magic wand. It is something that's taking some time. And so I think somebody has asked you to explain your situation, or maybe has confronted you and called bullshit, and, you've actually had to explain or stand up for what's been going on here. Now, this person who confronted you about this or asked you to explain this, how they feel after you have this conversation is like you're really holding back, and you're not, just being out there full with the truth and full with what you could be doing. They feel like you're holding back right now. So the next thing that I'm looking at does talk to me about the listener experience of this time frame. I do feel like you're interacting with somebody who is, first of all, I think that they're leaning on you financially a little bit. They're expecting more from you financially than what you're used to somebody expecting from you at this time. And I also feel like they have some suspicions going around in their mind that are not really necessarily based on reality, that you are, I think that this is impacting the relationship between you and this person. Now, at the same time that you've got this going on, I think we may be looking at the same person. This person who's leaning on you financially may also be showing some serious narcissistic tendencies. Narcissistic tendencies are really, life is all about me. And, this is somebody who will throw a fit if they don't get exactly what they want as quick as they want it. They'll throw a fit. They can be manipulative. They can say whatever they think it is they need to say to get you to do whatever it is they want you to do, whether it's true or not. This person is just not somebody who shoots straight from the hip, okay? And so you may be dealing with somebody acting with narcissistic tendencies who's leaning on you financially more than you're used to somebody leaning on you financially. I feel like there may be some guilt tripping going on that is involved with that. And I feel like this person has some suspicions that are not based in reality at all, and that's also impacting the relationship. Meanwhile, I think that you are, you're really trying to work with this person. You're trying to collaborate with this person. You're trying to help them, and you're kind of expecting that you guys should be helping each other. From this person's state of mind, I don't see how they can help you a whole lot. Maybe minimally, maybe. But I think you're doing most of the work in this collaboration is what I'm going to say right here. Now, once we get up to the 13th, 14th, 15th of the month, we see you coming into a point where things start to fall into place for you. Things start to work out better for you than what they have been. And if that is happening, then I think what's going on is this person that has been leaning on you financially is now not so much anymore. Maybe you have set some kind of boundaries for them, or maybe they are actually becoming a little bit more self-sufficient, or possibly they're leaning on somebody else instead of you. But either way, I see things starting to fall into place a little bit better for you to operate more smoothly, to work out more along the lines of how we like things to work out. So we see you coming to the middle of the month really getting into a better place than what you were whenever you were dealing with this narcissistic, suspicious type of person. Okay? So I'm going to take a break for my voice for a few minutes, guys, and then whenever I come back, we'll look at the second half of this month. So I'll see you back here in just a second. Thanks for sticking around, Aquarius. This time we're looking at August the 16th through the 31st. The first thing I'm looking at does have to do with your environment. Once again, any place where you have energy or effort invested, might be home but doesn't have to be. And what I'm seeing is there is something going on where I feel like you're cutting off somebody in your environment. You're not communicating with them. You're basically giving them the silent treatment. Okay, that's the first thing that shows up. Goodness. Let's just start out of the box with fire right there. Next thing that I'm looking at does talk to me about your subconscious leanings, and in your subconscious is that things haven't been reciprocal, or they haven't been, there hasn't been an even give and take. Maybe this is why you're cutting off somebody in your environment. I don't know, but your subconscious is working around this idea of there hasn't been an even give and take. What am I going to do about it? Okay. Next thing that we're looking at talks to me about your learning style and also your communication style as we go through this time frame. I do think that really you're learning a lot from your emotions right now, Aquarius, and your emotions may not be the most pleasant place to be at the moment, the most pleasant thing to learn from. But I do think that you are starting to understand more about the situations that you're in by paying attention to your emotions as you're moving through those situations. Next thing that I'm looking at talks to me about your communication. And it looks to me like a lot of your communication during this time frame has to do much more with body language than it does with anything verbal or anything written. I think that there's really a lot that you're not saying right now. And so what people are picking up is kind of really having to come from body language and from your actions much more than what you're actually saying or writing. Now, next thing that we're looking at, Aquarius does talk to me about work, and it looks to me like there's some kind of payday at work that comes in here. Maybe you're receiving a bonus, or maybe you're receiving a promotion, but there's some kind of payday or payoff that shows up during this time frame. We like that. Now, next thing that we have showing up, Aquarius, talks to me about that part of your personality that is being grown or expanded right now. And I do think that there is something, maybe more than one thing, that you're taking a break from. I think that you may be working on eliminating stress, and so you may be taking a break from multiple things right now to kind of find your peace and find your calmness at the moment. Something that you're standing for during this particular time frame is this idea that there's a message that has come out, and this has been a message that has really given you a great understanding about things that you didn't fully comprehend before, or at least maybe you fully comprehended them, but not to this depth before this information came out. And so now that this information has come out and you're making good use of that information, I think there's somebody that is asking you to explain what's going on here, or maybe even is confronting you about whatever it is that you're doing with this information right now. And so after you have explained this or defended this, this person is seeing you, this other person is seeing you as somebody who has a lot of control and self-discipline, control over their emotions. Now, the next thing that we're looking at does talk to me about the lesson or experience of this particular time frame. I feel like there's somebody who tried to pull something over on you. They tried to be sneaky. I think you really knew already exactly what was going on, or you had a very good idea. And now this person is coming to you and trying to make up for this sneaky situation without actually admitting what they did. That could be fun for a little mind game going on there, Aquarius. But yeah, a little game of wits and strategy there. So I don't know if you're going to let them off the hook and let them know that you already knew anyway, or if you're just going to let them play this out and see what they do with it. Either way, this person is coming to you trying to make up for something that they did that was, they were trying to keep on the down low before. And they're still trying to keep it on the down low even as they make up to you for it. At the same time that this is happening, I do think that you have a decision that you need to make, and there's no bad decision here. There's no bad way to go, but I do feel like it doesn't feel to you like there's much of a decision because of pressure from other people around you and their expectations of you. So I feel like even though you have a decision where all options are good, it does come across that this feels more like something that you're kind of backed into a corner that you have to make a certain decision here. Now, the next thing that is happening at this same time is that there is this whole idea really still of just stepping back, taking a break, trying to look at things objectively, trying to take some of the emotion and some of the triggers out of the things that are going on around you. So I think that we're still working on that even as we move through this time frame. And then once we get towards the last 2 or 3 days of the month Aquarius, I do see that you're starting to realize here that there is a change that you need to make and that your life would be greatly improved if you would make that change. But I think you're afraid to make it, and so you're kind of holding everything steady, holding everything status quo until you get the courage or the gumption up to actually make this change that you know would be beneficial to yourself and actually to everybody in your sphere of influence. All right, so that's what I've got for your month, Aquarius. Keep in mind that just because it shows up on the table doesn't mean it has to be. Part of the reason that we watch these readings ahead of time is to get a heads up so that we see some of this energy coming in that we don't like so much. We can head that off at the pass. We have free will. We can change things. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much for being here and for spending some of your precious time with me. I do appreciate that. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed, those of you who have put thumbs ups on this video, and those of you who have shared this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On top of that, thank you to those of you who are participating in the contest and have commented on this video. And of course, thank you to those of you who are scheduling private readings and private Reiki sessions and getting Reiki candles from me. It is because of you guys' support at every single level that I'm able to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much. And I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.